the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday Night Primetime. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. We are set for a good one. Oh, and he gets it all wrong. Penalty flag's going to come in. Going to mark this one out beyond the 40-yard line.
Hey, check that. Go!
You're going to go play action with Penix. He's going to air one out right away. And he will score. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown Falcons. It's his third touchdown catch this year. The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Falcons are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll go play action with Stroud. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
It's actually a really nice job there on 2nd down, putting this into a 3rd and more manageable down and distance. Remember, they suffered that 1st down sack, and so often that can derail the drive, but they got a chance here to pick this up and maintain possession. Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he got all of this one. Headed for the sideline. So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. On 1st down, it's Penix. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
They'll run with the rookie, drafted in the 3rd round. And now Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
3rd and long.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
From the gun, here is Penix. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
They're on the 31-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted.
It can possibly get, like, really one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Work his way across the 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
He managed to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. A.J. Terrell up for the tackle. Third and 6. From the gun, here's Stroud. Open man, left side. He's got it. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
An 8-yard pickup.
To throw is Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 14 yards on that pass play there. 1st down for Houston.
A gain of 14. And the Texans 1st down.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he rams right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
It's a gain of 7.
From the 41. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Stroud. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard
Stroud
line.
going to set up to throw. A dive, but too far out in front of him. Incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Noel that time. It's 2nd down. Stroud. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Jalen Walker getting in there to bring him down. His 1st sack of the season.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
from the gun here on third down. It's Stroud. This defense hitting their ears back, coming to get him again. Jalen Walker. He gets in to record his second sack here in the first quarter. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. 14-0 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Here's Tommy Townsend now. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. They'll begin here on the ground. And they're going to mark them down right at the 30-yard line. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10.
So, first and 10 now from the 30. They'll go play action now with Penix. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. 35 more yards. Back-to-back big plays to get this drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing now, Penix on first down. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in second and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
They'll try to set up the screen here. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
On third down, Penix, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one taken at the 7. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Now Stroud. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. And he'll be taken down. Give him 14 on that play. One play, one first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry.
To the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and
Now it's 2nd and 1. Here's a run with their tight end. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Now, deep ball for London. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
It's 3rd and 10.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
From the gun, it's Penix. He'll throw it left and has his running back. Now a timeout. That's their first, as they'll stop with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And a good return here. He is out of bounds up past the 30.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. To throw here on 1st down. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. Down the left sideline. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That one good for 29. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. This is part 2. To the goal line and in. Jaden Higgins. Touchdown, Texans. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. The extra point is good. And the Texans are back in this one. It's 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
That's to Mooney, complete right side. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Third and 4.
Looking to throw, it's Penix. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Open man downfield is Noel. They'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
The Texans, first down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Houston.
On the option, they give it to Mixon. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back, and they get him down for no gain. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
The 40-yard line.
Tight end going in motion here. On 2nd down, Stroud. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Here we go. Hawk 7, Hawk.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
22 yards. And the Texans, first down.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw, and it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Now a give up the middle, and they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
Texans, first down. 1st and goal, Houston.
Now they'll set up to throw. And a good job to make sure he didn't get loose. Brought down around the 7.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Pound the 60, pound the 60.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Try it again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. That one intercepted. Picked off by Damari Mathis. Inside the 40. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown Atlanta. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg, their 2nd pick 6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's 1 pick 6. But to get 2 pick 6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. And they're on 39-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 70 Lion. Hurt.
Right back to the air following that pick 6. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Set. 70 Timberwolf.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. Well short of the 1st down mark.
It's 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That is hard down the field. He's got it. He's going to have a Texans 1st down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. So break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. James Pierce in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9. He'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
And the story of the game has really been the inability of the offensive line to keep this pass rush away from the quarterback, and it's a big reason they find themselves here trailing in the fourth quarter. So as they turn to this passing game to try to mount a comeback, they've got to do a better job protecting the quarterback. Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
His kick is good. And the Texans are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
This will be returned from the 6. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
19-yard line.
Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Back at the 16-yard
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. They'll stick with him again. And this is going to work out a little better. He'll get 9 on that one, but they're going to need to convert on third down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down.
19, Tiger, 19.
They're going on fourth down. It's Penix. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off.
39-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. The linebacker, Azeez Al-Shire, in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Back to throw. Here's Penix. And that is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Here's Noel. A very nice return. He takes it up past the 35-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Now, faking the give, Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is brought in. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. Now a big spot here for the Texans as they'll try for two.
The Texans will line up for the two-point
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That is caught. And they get the two-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
Now the lefty Penix on first down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll go with a counter on first down. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Open receiver is Dotson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Aubrey. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. This is 1st and 10. In motion now, it's Collins. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Falcons. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game, and are going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll just about do it.